Join us now for a special presentation from 10 TV and the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.
You know, Ange, Jack's celebrating 40 years at the Columbus Zoo, and in that 40 years, there's just this one thing I don't understand about him.
Oh yeah, what's that?
What's his obsession with finding Bigfoot? You hear him talk about it all the time. I mean, does Jack really believe in Bigfoot? Come on.
Oh, that is strange.
I just don't get it.
You know something, everybody? I've just been all over the world, a sighting here and counter there, but I just can't prove that this thing is for real. But since I've downloaded this Bigfoot app, you know something? I'm getting closer and closer. Wow. No, he can't, 20, 30 feet from here? You're crazy. I'm out of here. According to this thing here, it's over here somewhere.
Help me, Bigfoot. Here's a real fragile one. Be careful now. Oh, oh. And little Jack is gonna like this one, isn't he? Oh, be careful with it now. Oh, put him down in there. Easy.
Bigfoot. Wow. Santa, oh my gosh. What the heck is going on here?
I can explain. I have all of these presents that I have to deliver in one night. And sometimes I need help from my friends, even Bigfoot. Bigfoot's a big help.
You're telling me that Bigfoot's been around here all this time?
Right under your
nose. A lot of people think you don't even exist. My gosh, Santa, a lot of people don't believe in you too. Santa and Bigfoot. This is something else.
Merry Christmas, Jack.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Yes, Santa. Yes.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
From the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, it's Jack Hanna's Into the Wildlights Holiday Special.
Oh, welcome to Wildlights, everybody.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
Great to see you, Jack.
Oh, it's something. Beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful, and welcome to all of you at home. This is Jack Hanna's Into the Wildlights Holiday Special.
And we are celebrating a lot of different milestones tonight, including this is our 10th year of doing this show with Jack.
And not to mention, we're also celebrating 30 years of Wildlights here at the Columbus Zoo.
You're right, 30 years. And when I got here, the zoo was closed on Christmas. So the first time I did it, I just took one tree and 10 people came. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah.
And today we have so many more.
Oh my gosh, yeah, a lot more people come out to Wildlights now.
Yep.
Plus, we're also celebrating a very special Hanniversary.
Oh, that's
Jungle
right.
Jack celebrating 40 years at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.
Yeah, and Saturday, 50 years of marriage with my favorite animal, my wife, Sue. She's not here.
Well, look at what we have
Oh my
right
gosh.
here. What is this?
The Benerong, a bear cat. Look at this,
Oh
everybody.
my
You don't see very many of these. They call it a bear cat because see the whiskers? A cat. And then look at the hair there, a bear.
Yeah.
Bear cat. Wow. Most people have never seen one. I've only seen one in the wild. That's it. They're amazing.
And it seems like the fur would come in handy.
Yeah.
On a day like today.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, staying warm.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to go in and see these Wildlights. It must have taken weeks to put these up.
How about try months, right, Jack?
Yeah.
Months and months. And I got to go behind the scenes to see how they put up 3 million lights here for the Wildlights. Zoo workers have been busy for the past 2 months. Like Christmas elves, they have a deadline, rain or shine.
We've got yellow, red, some purple, some warm. Sometimes I'll mix colors, sometimes we don't. And you don't want to like put a purple tree next to a purple tree.
Yes, there is a method to all this holiday madness. For Betsy Hole, the trick is making sure you unravel every strand out of the multitude of boxes. Especially when that strand has to reach 20, 30, sometimes 40 feet below. Every tree is made with a light of love, all 3 million lights.
Organized chaos is what we'll call it. Hi.
Hey.
Come on in.
Thanks. Is this where you store all the lights?
This is where all the work begins.
After 28 years at the Columbus Zoo, Mark Patzer is the man behind Wildlights.
If I had to guess, strand-wise, there's probably 2,000 strands there.
Mark has all 90 acres of the zoo mapped down to a science.
For instance, polar, we're red and white up there because that's where Santa's at. Coming up through there, North America, we've turned into blue and white. And then the Asian colors where you had your pinks and your yellows and your oranges. So it's kind of a theming to it.
Every night when you flip that switch, are you a little nervous?
Oh yeah, because we've had a couple of delays, as you can imagine. It's like, and
which strand is it?
Yeah, what happened? I think the longest we've been delayed was maybe about 5 seconds, but that seemed like an eternity to us.
But this might be the most challenging for Mark's team, moving a 5,000-pound barge made out of 2 old boat ramps through the zoo.
We bring them down all through grounds, and then we'll put them on the lake, and then the grounds team will take over and start putting the trees up. Just push that into him.
The payoff, says Mark, is when you flip that switch.
Everything is dark around the lake, and then you do the countdown, and bam, it lights up, and then excitement, and that's the fun part of it.
Do you feel like you're making something magical though for families?
Definitely.
Hey Jack, my name is Eli, and I want to know, what is your favorite holiday tradition?
Obviously decorating the tree, like anybody else, I love to decorate trees. Again, I'm too hyper about trees. I did get up on a ladder 2 years ago. This is unbelievable, because it said don't get on the top rung. I had to get up there with that angel barely touching the ceiling. I got up there to put the angel on, and it went over back. Anyway, I'm safe when I decorate my tree now, let's put it that way.
You don't know Jack!
All right, so Jack, you actually knocked over a tree.
Yes, I did. That's why I don't really do anything around here.
There you go.
Well, hey, speaking of the lights, I mean, isn't this beautiful? We're standing in front of Conservation Lake, where there are 2 different animated light shows that run about every 15 minutes.
Yep, and there are some new features here that we want to point out, like this humongous sign that was created by your grounds crew here.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Now, frequent visitors of Wildlights will also notice the return of the popular lighted animal figures, and there are a lot of them, 64 of them spread around the zoo. They're all rewired too, so they'll shine brightly.
Yeah, and I've never said this, but the very first thing we did, by the way, ever, we had 2 people put the plugs in at one time, and it blew up.
All of them?
No.
All of them. It blew the whole main thing.
Yikes.
But don't worry, this on to now. This is our, how many years now, so it's working 100%.
Well, why don't you say we see a real animal, huh?
Oh yeah.
We've got a hawk, I think. That's
a neat hawk, and you tell that. Look at the beak there on that thing. That beak is, you see how it's a hawk, it has that turn in there, and those talons. You see those talons right there?
I do.
Oh,
Guess
I
what?
sure
On a
do.
bald eagle, 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. 1,000. If that was a bald eagle, it'd go right through his glove and right through his arm. But that's how powerful they are. Not this one's not that powerful, but it's a beautiful animal.
I was going to say, I'm glad that's not happening to you.
What do you think the hawk is thinking right now as it's, looking at all these beautiful wildlights?
Well, if you had a little something in your hair, like a little mouse or something, he'd be right on your head.
glad I don't have that tonight. So, all right. Well, there was some big baby news here at the zoo last week, about 200 pounds to be exact.
Yeah, really big baby news. Phoebe, a 31-year-old Asian elephant, gave birth to her calf on December 6th. This is the first elephant born at the zoo in 10 years.
It's amazing, Jack. So the big question is, boy or a girl?
Girl, that's really great for us for breeding programs, things like that. It really is going to be, it's worth arriving all the way here and seeing this thing. It's beautiful.
It's so exciting, and I know it's going to bring a lot of people here, especially to the Wildlights.
Oh, yeah.
So a double bonus, if you will.
So we've got a lot more coming your way tonight as we go into the Wildlights.
So don't go anywhere.
Coming up next, we go on a safari into the African savannah. Plus, Cherry and Yolanda sit down with Jack and Sue Hanna to remember the early days at the Columbus Zoo. You don't want to miss it.
Hi, my name is Reed, and here's a Wildlights fact for you. The different regions of the zoo are lit in different themes. For instance, the lights of the shores regions are colors of the Caribbean, while the polar frontier is lit up red and white, like the candy cane forest of the North Pole. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I tell you, Bob, this is something that it's going to blow your mind. Neon gorillas, neon gibbons jumping up and down where the animal's supposed to be. They're neon animals, and it's wild.
And when you throw the switch, this tree is going to light up too, right?
Yeah, that's just it. You know the zoo, how we screw things up. Everything's supposed to light up without blowing apart. That tree can just really light up here. It can light the whole sky up.
3, 2, 1, plug in!
All right, that was Jack live on 10 TV back in 1989, only the second year of Wildlights.
Yeah, that was some year.
Oh, wow. Well, the Columbus Zoo is known around the world for its cheetah program, and we're fortunate to have some special visitors with us here.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing, really, what goes on with Susie Rapp and all their animals, especially the cheetah. And the dog is raised with the cheetah because sometimes the cheetah, sometimes a mom will walk away from a cheetah, and then we raise it, and we always raise it with a dog the same age as the baby cheetah.
That's actually been a really popular and successful program, raising the dogs
with the
cheetahs.
It sure has. The Columbus Zoo is one of the first zoos that ever started this thing with the cheetah and the dog. And it's amazing to watch how they play with each other. This one can run 70 miles an hour when he's full grown. And then we run it in the zoo, in the summers. And then that dog will run it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's like going 2 miles an hour. He's going 70.
Trying to catch up.
So when a dog wags its tail, it's happy. What about the cheetah? Like right now the cheetah, kind of the tail's moving a little bit, but it's kind of like a rudder.
Just a little bit. But that eyesight on the cheetah, some of the best of any animal on earth. They can see way over 200, who knows how many yards away.
Wow.
The cheetah is a fast, picture that. 70 miles per hour.
Unreal.
It's amazing to watch this animal.
Wow. Well, of course, we can see the cheetah in the heart of Africa. It is closed during the winter months.
Exactly.
Right? But when it reopens in the spring, there's actually a really special tour that lets you experience the African savanna in a whole new way. So we're here in the heart of Africa. You guys ready for this?
Yeah!
All right. Let's go, Sarah. Come on.
On a beautiful summer day,
Hi, ladies.
my friend Nina and her daughter Sarah met me for one of the premium behind-the-scenes tours that the Columbus Zoo offers its guests.
All right, ladies, let's go.
Shannon Borders, a zookeeper in the heart of Africa region, was our host and tour guide.
It's time to go behind the scenes.
Ooh, this is the secret passageway.
And we get to see areas not seen by the public, like where the animals sleep safely at night, as well as where they are fed and cared for.
So this is where the lions live. They actually have a total of 7 rooms when they're inside, but typically they have access outside all day.
They do.
But if we need to clean the yard, this is where they come into. So there's lots of things hanging for them. You see the mirror back there so they can look at their pretty selves. And this also allows us to separate them so they can eat.
Then it was on to the giraffe barn, where we saw some really tall doors.
Look up. That's how tall a giraffe is.
Gosh.
But the highlight of the tour came when it was time to enter the savannah.
All right, you ready to see your ride for the savannah? Let's do it.
Oh, look, we get in that Jeep?
This Jeep would be our ride as we entered the expansive area
Whoa, there's a giraffe.
where many of the heart of Africa animals can coexist and roam free.
How cool is that? Yeah.
The kudu, blue-neck ostrich, and wildebeest were just some of the animals that roamed right near us and approached our Jeep looking for a snack. But perhaps the most frequent visitor was the giraffe.
These two guys, they know what's up.
They're making a beeline for the Jeep right now.
Absolutely. Hi, handsome. So this is little Logan. Logan is 4 years old. And that's Utu. Utu, he just turned 6. So.
There you go. Look at the tongue. Perfect.
And this East African gray-crowned crane didn't want us to leave.
Yeah, look. He's just running right by us.
And neither did we by the end of our safari.
And just seeing their beauty and seeing how sweet they are, a lot of times people think, well, I can't do anything. I live in Ohio. But just coming to the zoo, absolutely they've played a part in saving these animals.
It was a wild experience, one of many offered as a premium tour, but only if you book in advance of your visit to the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.
The Columbus Zoo was a much different place in 1978 when a 31-year-old zoo director from Tennessee was hired to lead the relatively unknown city zoo. In celebration of 40 years, Jack and Susie Hanna sat down with Jerry Revish and Yolanda Harris for a conversation about the years since they made Columbus their home.
Well, we're at the home of Jack and Sue Hanna, and we are so glad to be here, and thank you for having us in.
Oh, we're excited you're here.
Take us back to 1978 when you got here. What made you decide Columbus, Ohio?
When we first got here, some people know this, some people don't, I'm sure, but I'll say it every time I do a speech. We came here, our daughter Julie has been saved here from her brain tumors as well as leukemia. So here I am in Columbus, right? Having my daughter saved, who's here today, and a zoo was looking for a zoo director. Tell me that the man up there didn't have a lot to do with this. Unbelievable.
Well, tell us this. You had a unique approach when you became zoo director. You were hands-on. You got involved in fundraising. You got involved in the chores at the zoo.
In the first few weeks I was here, you know what I did? The bathrooms. The buildings were painted red, green. I mean, I didn't know what was going on here. And so I just they called me Trap Rock Brown the first month. I went and bought every can there was in this whole area. By the way, for the public, the animals were in good shape. Every animal here was all right.
From the first year to the second year, the attendance went up like 46% at the zoo. What happened there? How'd you turn it around that quick?
Well, my ideas sometimes got me a little bit of trouble. For example,
this is 27-year-old Enrico Walenda. Enrico was in town today to test his equipment for tomorrow's walk over the lions and tigers in their dens at the Columbus Zoo.
I came up with the idea of having one of the Walendas to walk across the tigers, and the place was packed.
And today especially, the crowds turned out to witness a first-time event at the zoo, a high wire walk 40 feet above the tiger pen.
The guy walking across the Walenda goes, Jack, throw that big piece of meat I'm giving you on the ground down there. And the tigers go, wow. And that way I act like I'm going to fall. I go, oh gosh, this is exciting, but what if you fall?
Let's hear it for Enrico Walenda.
He starts walking, and a lot of people came. And sure enough, I put you down there, and he went, and everybody went crazy. And they thought it was pretty funny, but the zoo world didn't think it was funny at all.
No, they didn't. They didn't like that.
I got in trouble. Yes, I did some crazy things at first. I never hurt an animal, by the way.
It's like Jack said, I mean, the zoo was very old. The animals were in good condition, but the habitats really needed help. And unfortunately, it takes money to do that. So what Jack would do is he would look in the paper for different companies. And I think this really was the biggest impact in the beginning is he went to Worthington Industries and he met with Mr. McConnell.
John McConnell, founder of Worthington Industries, presented the zoo with a $10,000 gift toward renovation of the old elephant building as a new outdoor ape exhibit.
He brought his check with him. The gorilla goes like this with his hand, grabs the check of a lot of money and just goes like this, shoves his mouth.
Enter Bongo the gorilla. Exit check. Derek Blakely, Eyewitness News.
Oh, Mr. Mack goes, Jack, oh, this is the day of my life. Can you imagine? I tell the story that they took my check from me and ate it right on. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Did somebody get a picture of that, please? The guys over here taking pictures, please. Anyway, I was shaking.
In 1985, you did something that was very unique at the time for zoos. You went to the public and you asked for a levy to be passed. We're going to take a look at that.
Columbus Zoo Director Jack Hanna says a zoo has to be more than a living museum, and so he'll use a big chunk of the expected $1.9 million for expanded young people's classes here. Then it's little folks like these he wants to help. He says it's critical to have more research facilities here, especially to help the shrinking gorilla population. With regional support, Hanna thinks this zoo could join the best in the world. Tom Berman, Eyewitness News.
What's going through your mind right now after watching that?
In disbelief right now.
Why disbelief?
Emotional disbelief. It may not be emotional to you, but to me, it's incredible what happened. I mean, I just tell you this: it's not Jack Hanna built the zoo, everyone. It's the city of Columbus that built the zoo, and the people here and the companies. Once it got going like that wheel, that's when the people personally started wanting to be involved with the zoo. People started believing in their zoo then.
There's much more from Jerry and Yolanda's conversation with Jack and Susie coming up. But first, we have more of these wonderful lights to look at.
Right now, let's check in with Tracy Townsend. She's also making her way around Wildlights, and I think she's found a sweet place to visit.
Welcome inside Mrs. Claus's kitchen here at Wildlights. It's right off the main entrance, a great place to pop in, warm up a bit, have a cup of cocoa, and look at these spectacular treats you could try. Oh, and you get to say hi to Mrs. Claus. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
It's great to see you. Some really great looking treats here.
Yeah, we've got our cupcakes. We've got our white chocolate buckeyes. They're almost too cute to eat, aren't they?
They are almost too cute to eat.
Would you like to try one?
I'd love to. Well, I'm going to enjoy this cookie here, and I also want to let you know what's coming up. I am meeting Columbus Zoo CEO Tom Stoff here. He's going to give me a great tour of all of the fun things happening here at the Columbus Zoo, and we're going to find out what's new at the zoo in 2019, and that's always going to be a fun conversation. I'll see you in just a bit.
Jack, my name is Lotus. I have a question. What was your favorite Christmas gift as a kid?
You want to know my favorite Christmas gift? When I was 16, my parents got me 2 donkeys, and I love miniature donkeys. I raised them, but they got me 2 of these special donkeys with a cart. I even got a picture, by the way. I think I got a picture I can show you. When I was 16 years old, big old glasses, and I went out and saw a cart with those donkeys, a wooden cart. It was the best Christmas I ever had.
All right, Jack, is it true you had a donkey in college?
Yes, I love my donkey in Tennessee, and I go to Muskegon, I was gonna play a little football there, and I said, Dad, take my donkey. You cannot take your donkey. Yes, I'm taking my donkey. So I took my donkey in the trailer, I pulled into the campus, I put him behind a clubhouse. The guy said I could. That lasted like 8 hours, and I took him next door to a farmer, and that's when I met my wife Susie, because she helped me feed the donkey. So there, don't take your donkey to college.
First donkey to get a bachelor's degree.
Well, welcome back to our 10th annual Jack Hanna's Into the Wildlights. We're next to Conservation Lake overlooking this spectacular light show.
So if this doesn't get you into the holiday spirit, I really don't know what will.
Right.
All right,
You're
and
right.
so we got a cute little guy right here, Jack.
Yeah, is that the Asian river otter?
Asian small cod.
Yeah, right, the small cod otter, right. And these animals are incredible. They're so sleek. They can go like a bullet through the water. They're a very social animal, and I've only seen them film American otters one time. They're very difficult to find.
I mean, they always look kind of happy.
Yeah, and by the way, the zoo world actually saved these animals from extinction. They're not few left at all.
Yeah.
Finally, SeaWorld started, and Columbus Zoo got involved, and now the zoos are involved, and we're breeding these very well.
Well, you know what? There were a lot of animals born here at the zoo this past year, and also at the Wilds.
Yeah, that's right. Now, of course, the Wilds is the 10,000-acre animal conservation center located southeast of Zanesville. And last July, Tom Stoff took our cameras on a safari showing you where many of these young animals can safely roam free. Here's 10 TV's Jerry Revish.
The Wilds is a conservation center that uses cutting-edge conservation science to help species who are in trouble in their native lands. The successful breeding programs here have an impact around the globe. First up on our tour was the Sichuan takin. There were 9 baby births this year.
We talk about our conservation efforts, we talk about sustainability, and we have the largest herd in North America, probably in the world outside of their area in China. And so it gives us the opportunity to learn about this herd and their dynamics. And it's also a great opportunity for us to breed here, and then eventually these young will move off and go into different zoos.
We make our way to the Carnivore Center to visit babies from 2 species of wild dogs, African painted dogs and Asiatic dogs called dholes.
This is really a great accomplishment, because when we talk about Asian wild dogs, there's only 37. That's it, 37 in the entire United States. There's only less than a handful of zoos that are actually housing Asian wild dogs. When we talk about the wilds and all the greatness that they do, it really comes down to our staff expertise. Within just a few months, we were able to have some young. So now they're going to grow up, and we're going to have mom with dad and hopefully some more dhole.
High on an overlook, we catch up with the scimitar horned oryx, which are native to the northern Sahara Desert. Like the takin, there were 9 baby births.
You talk about an animal that was, in essence, extinct in the wild, but through conservation breeding programs like the one that we have here at the Wilds, we're able to reintroduce them. And it's happening right here in Ohio every single day here at the Wilds.
And the cutest babies at the Wilds might be the African white rhino. There were 4 baby rhinos born this year.
You can go to many different places and go and enjoy your local zoo and see a rhino or 2, but to be able to see this large herd and watch them roam throughout this entire area, that's what's so special. And it only happens here at the Wilds.
Building on the success of breeding and species conservation in 2018, next year holds an even brighter future for the mission of the Wilds.
What a fun place to visit, and only 90 minutes from downtown Columbus.
Believe it or not, the Wilds is open for safari tours year-round. But of course, the warm weather months offer the widest array of tour options. So now would make a great Christmas gift.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Well, right now we want to take a moment to recognize our friend and colleague, Chris Bradley. Chris passed away from leukemia on December 5th, and of course, he was a big fan of the zoo and was out here many times to help light up the Wildlights at the beginning of the season.
So right now, we want to welcome our good friend Susie Rapp from the Columbus Zoo with a special announcement and a dedication for Chris that's in the works.
Yes, we know that Chris loved the zoo, and we loved Chris Bradley so much, and we wanted to honor him, and so we decided to do that with a bench in his honor and his name, just like we did another good friend of ours and a good friend of yours, Heather Pick. So it's only fitting that we do one in Chris's name as well.
Well, we're so appreciative of that, Susie, and so wonderful that people can come out here, enjoy the Wildlights, and also visit Chris's new bench as well.
Thanks, Susie. Well, stay with us because we're going to go back out to the wilds and show you some brand new lodging options that are available.
And I hear they have some really nice cabins, and you're not going to be roughing it at all.
No, and when we come back, we're going to take a look back at Jack's start in television. Who remembers Hanna's Ark?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to miss that. So much more from Wildlights at the Columbus Zoo is coming your way.
Hi, my name is Eli, and here's a fact to warm you up. During Wildlights, the zoo serves over 17,000 gallons of hot chocolate, topped with more than 3,000 pounds of whipped cream. Now that's a lot of yum. Happy holidays.
Well, the hot chocolate always tastes a little better when you're drinking it out among the Wildlights. Welcome back to the Columbus Zoo.
Well, right now we're making our way through the North America region, and you can see it's all decked out in these beautiful white and blue lights. And also in this area, you'll find the ever-popular zoo train, as well as the camel rides.
Have you ever done the camel ride before?
Haven't done it yet.
All right, well, maybe that's a bucket list for next year. But tonight we are celebrating 30 years of Wildlights, 40 years of Jack Hanna. And who remembers the name of Jack's first television show? All right, well, here's a hint. It began right here on 10 TV and co-starred his daughter, Kathleen.
Well, if you guessed Hanna's Ark, you're right.
I can't believe this thing. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Kathleen.
Oh,
I love this show.
2 by 2 have come to us 2 by 2. Just
I love that, folks. More than any of my national shows. That is it right there.
I remember watching that when I was little. I remember watching that.
Channel 10, for some reason, were the ones that came up here first and asked me to do something like that. And Kathleen was only, how old then?
10.
10. Well, Kathleen is a very quick person when it comes to that. And she's not afraid of cameras. She memorizes it very well. The neat thing is that Kathleen was really the one that carried it because she memorized it more than me. But I must say, Channel 10.
You would always say,
people,
I can't talk and walk at the same time.
Sue.
I can talk and walk, but I can't do it at the same time.
Right. And
you get so frustrated.
But I must say, that's where the TV career started, period.
Yeah, it was groundbreaking for local TV and groundbreaking for you. But everything didn't always go according to plan on that show. I think we got some of that too.
Oh no, please, I know what you're saying.
I got gophers in my backyard, mosquitoes bite me all over the place, my neighbor's got ants in his kitchen, he's got termites in his attic. Come here, the ball, girls. Oh, it's just a heck of a place to live, I'll tell you.
Julie, that's Julie.
While recovering from Julie's wild past, I can't resist the chance to have a little fun.
Oh, jeez.
A man's home is his castle. The plain truth is, everyone's house seems to be surrounded by pests. Join us tonight on Hanna's Ark as we take a look at those creatures we call the uninvited.
I can have a little fun too.
That's funny. Kathleen?
Wow.
Down memory lane.
Yeah.
You know something?
It's fun.
That is worth, to me, it may sound crazy to you guys, that's worth to me than any Christmas gift I could ever get or any honor I could ever get. It takes you back until, you know, I was getting a little emotional here. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
To see my little Kathleen with those braids that you sew took hours to do. And you see those things happening. You have to be, I'm 71 now, you have to understand you cannot go back in life. You can always go forward in life. And I've never seen that stuff. I've done a lot of stuff on TV, but never going back to the original television for Jack Hanna. You have just seen that. You've just seen the original stuff that taught me how to be on TV.
Well, you know, we had a lot of fun looking at those old clips, and we showed you earlier some of the new animals that were born this year at the Wilds. And now Yolanda Harris takes a look at where you can stay when you go to check out the Wilds.
The yurts at Nomad Ridge have been a popular option for a luxurious overnight stay. A stay in the yurts can provide a night of glamorous camping. But new this year to the Wilds are the cabins at Straker Lake. These cabins have all the amenities to make your time here more enjoyable.
Here at the Wilds, the cabins at Straker Lake, you're going to have air conditioning, you have a flat screen TV, you have the screened-in porch, a great place to cook here in the cabin, or you can actually go to the large hall and have a big family reunion cookout. We do it right, and so you're not going to rough it, you're going to relax. Every single cabin has their own private dock, they have their own private boat, so you can go out and you can enjoy the very large lake. If you want to go fishing, if you want to go boating, canoeing, paddle boating, kayaking, there's just an opportunity to relax, get back with nature.
Right there, that's good, that's good, that's good.
And then you're really close for a wild side tour, so you can see a rhino or watch a cheetah or a wild dog. So it's really a lot of fun, and people absolutely love the wilds, and they really want to spend the entire night at the wilds because there's so many things to do.
The cabins are great for families, friends, and can even accommodate a company outing. The cabins at Straker Lake will make your visit to the wilds an event to remember.
So now those cabins, including the gathering hall, you can rent those year-round. So maybe keep that in mind for a family reunion or just a little getaway.
Oh, absolutely. Well, don't go anywhere. We've got much more to come here from the Columbus Zoo, including Tracy Townsend's tour of Wildlights with Tom Stoff, as well as more with Jack Hanna and his animal friends. We'll be right back.
Say, Pete, the reindeer are right over there. Do you want to see Prancer's out?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Hey, Jack, my name is Natiri. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
We know when it's cold, I love ice cream as well as it's hot. But my favorite ice cream would have to be like coffee ice cream mixed with chocolate ice cream, mixed with like rum raisin ice cream, because I eat all three at once. And that's what's so sad is I have lactose intolerance. So you can see, I must love ice cream.
Don't go anywhere. More to come from Wildlights on 10 TV.
Welcome back to Jack Hanna's Into the Wildlights, celebrating 30 years of such a spectacular event. And here's a quick fact for you guys, too. Did you know over 6.5 million people have visited Wildlights since the event began back in 1988?
Wow, that makes the wintertime so popular for people to come visit, but also the summertime. And one reason why is the Surfin Safari Animal Show. How great is that? We got a chance to take a look when it debuted last year.
Yep.
Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me.
What do you get when you combine 150 animals, 6 performers, and a live audience? Surfin' Safari, a popular new show that debuted in 2018 at the Columbus Zoo.
It's bigger and better than we could have ever imagined that it would be. We have so many new animals and new behaviors in this show. We just try to go above and beyond.
Between cats scaling tall obstacles to dogs who can jump rope, the show has something for everyone.
It's fast-paced, it's upbeat. You'll see anything from dogs and cats to hornbills and red-ruffed lemurs. Animals coming out of every which way.
So how do these trainers make sure all the animals go where they're supposed to without getting distracted by the audience or bright lights of the stage? A lot of training.
The way we train most of the cats and a lot of the dogs is a crate-to-crate behavior, an A to B. So we start with a distance that's not very big, just put some food in one, send the cat or the dog into it, and then just gradually make that distance wider.
That can take a couple weeks, but something as complex as our comedy behavior, so the dog that comes and steals the surfer girl's food, that can take a couple months.
And it's all even more impressive when you consider most of the show's stars are rescue animals.
We work closely here with Franklin County Dog Shelter and Colony Cats right here in Columbus, Ohio.
How do you guys train these cats? Just lots of positive reinforcement, lots of food, lots of love. They are actually quite trainable.
With moments that leave audience members laughing out loud or with mouths open in amazement, it's really a fantastic show.
I love it. I come here at least once a week and I always come for the show.
We came today just to see it.
I liked when the parrots flew around.
And it's worth coming to the zoo just to see the show.
Yeah,
it's very cool, very cool.
Thanks, Yolanda. Well, Jack, I hate to say you may no longer be the most popular guy here now that our friend Rudolph is here with us. Hey, Rudolph, how's it going?
My gosh, and Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. It's
So
too cold, isn't it?
huh? Well, these guys are here just to remind us that you can get pictures with them every night during Wildlights.
Yeah, most of the time the characters are hanging out inside Asia Quest, where it's nice and warm, by the way, so you don't want to miss them when you visit.
And there's another way we can see them in 4D. I don't want to give away too much here, but Tracy Townsend got to catch up with another friend of ours from the zoo, Tom Stoff.
Who doesn't love the Grand Carousel here at Wildlights? And I have to say, a ride at night during Wildlights makes it all the more special. I'm joined by Tom Stoff, who's the CEO here
thank you
at the
for
zoo.
having, and welcome to Wildlights.
Thank you, it's beautiful.
Yes, and what a great place to go to a carousel that's over 100 years old.
And it looks like a perfect place to warm up.
It's a great place to warm up. I think we should go in.
Perfect.
So what do you think about this?
It's spectacular.
Isn't this amazing?
gorgeous.
All handcrafted wooden horses, hundreds of lights. It is so fun.
It's beautiful. It's just an indication of all that you have to celebrate here. So 30 years of Wildlights.
30 years of Wildlights and 40 years of Jack Hanna.
And so much has happened here with all of the animals that have been born and major construction project. Tell us some about that.
Yeah, so when we talk about what's new at the zoo, we can have an entire segment on that and talk for about an hour and a half, right? So as soon as people walk in, they're able to see our new construction for our sea lion area. But I'm real excited that we're bringing in Tasmanian devils for the first time from Tasmania.
So that's a Saturday morning cartoon flashback.
Yeah, and they're not going to spin around for us, I'm sorry. But it's amazing to see. It's a great conservation project that we've been working on for many, many years. So we're honored here at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium to be part of this program. So the Tasmanian devils will be here, and I know you're thrilled about this.
Okay.
7 new venomous snakes.
Oh, thrilled is one word.
King Cobra? Come on.
Tell me more.
All right, well, they're real exciting. People love them. I want you to go check them out. Also, new polar bear.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so we're real excited about that. You know, so many things going on at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.
So 30 years of Wildlights, 40 years Jack Hanna. This place is spectacular. How do you pinpoint your favorite place here?
Oh, it is really tough, but I have a favorite place for Wildlights.
Are you going to tell me?
I want to show you.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Well, this is it, Tracy. Isn't this fun?
So tell me about this.
Yeah, this is Jingle Ball, and I tell you, it is so alive. The kids are playing and running, and the music is going. It's just so festive.
Okay, so not my imagination. The lights to the music.
That's right.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. And the thing that I love about it is not only are you having fun watching all of this, all the music and the lights and listening, but you also have the 4D theater. So when's the last time you went to see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer 4D?
I've never seen that.
Oh, it is awesome.
Spectacular?
Yes, it's really, it's like they're coming alive.
I bet that nose, that's really something spectacular.
Oh, it looks like it's coming right at you. Yes.
Sounds like a really good time.
It really is fun.
Well, thanks for sharing this. This is great. Tom, this has been fun.
Oh, I'm
You're a
glad
good
you're with
tour
us.
guide.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Tracy, thanks. Boy, that Jingle Ball looks like a lot of fun. But something we want to make sure you don't miss is this. Look at this gorgeous, sparkling spruce behind us. Isn't it great, Jack?
It's beautiful.
It is.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't miss it walking into the zoo. It stands 42 feet tall, and it has 13,000
Yeah.
individually controlled lights.
It's pretty incredible to see it. And also, brand new this year, a new light show called Holiday Cheer that brings it all to life.
Yeah.
It is truly amazing to see how much Wildlights has grown in, what, 30 years?
Yeah, it's amazing also to see the music that plays with the trees.
Yeah.
That's what blows my mind.
Well-
It's absolutely unbelievable.
And when Wildlights started, 120,000 lights. Today, more than 3 million.
Wow, just gorgeous when you walk in. All right, so we've got to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. You've got to see this clip we found from the archives from back in 1982.
Oh my gosh.
More to come with Jack Hanna from the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.
Every Christmas Day, the Hanna family has a tradition of lighting candles and telling each other what we're thankful for during the year.
Oh my God.
Kathy?
I'm thankful for all the fun times we have each year when we get together with family and friends.
I'm thankful for all the great times at Christmas.
I'm thankful for all God's creatures, especially Bamboo. Especially my cat, Bamboo.
I'm thankful for 3 healthy children.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And for all the wonderful blessings that God has given our family this year.
I think when you get older, I mean, you appreciate it so much when you're younger, but when you're older and you realize you don't have as much time left, truly, the most important thing becomes spending time with your family and your friends, because you can't buy time. You just can't buy it.
And the first time we're doing this ever, and Sue knows this, we're going to have Christmas in England with Kathleen.
Oh, nice. And it's a rare moment when we're all together. Just because Kathleen lives so far away and with the children in school, it doesn't happen very often.
And people ask me as I travel this country and throughout the world sometimes, what's it like in Columbus, Ohio? What's it like in Columbus, Ohio? Why is it voted one of the top 10 cities in the damn United States of America? Come there sometimes. I've been everywhere in the world. You'll not find anything like Columbus, Ohio. They're one of the most giving, you know this, is one of the most giving cities in the country is Columbus, Ohio. And you folks in the city of Columbus have saved the Columbus Zoo. Not Jack Hanna or Susie Hanna. The companies here and the people here have built the largest zoo in North America, big deal, largest. I'm talking about the best zoo. I'm talking about the zoological park that is taught by now millions of people. And it's not the Jack Hanna family, it's the people of Columbus who did this, city, county, the commissioners of all that, the companies here. They have literally made Columbus, Ohio the best city in the United States. And I've been to about every single one of them, trust me. I've been there. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying Columbus is an incredible place to bring your family, bring your business. You cannot go wrong.
We think Columbus is pretty great too. Jack, thank you for those kind words.
Well, when we come back, a proper toast for Jack Hanna. 40 years of Jack here at the zoo, also 30 years of Wildlights. Jack, his wife Susie, and many others are going to join us in the Wildlights to put a bow on this special night. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back to the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, where we are celebrating the holidays with Wildlights and Jack Hanna. What a great night.
Oh, yeah. And Jack, we want to bring out your daughter, Julie.
Oh, my
She's
gosh.
your youngest daughter who's worked in Animal Promotions Office for many years now.
Yeah, she sure has.
Julie, and of course, with an animal, that's appropriate. Got to ask, I mean, how proud are you of your dad and all he's done to promote animal conservation over the years?
You know what? It has just been a wonderful, I've been blessed with my parents for sure. The way I have grown up with animals, it is wonderful. So thank you.
Not to mention you get to hold a baby Joey like this.
Yes, a little baby kangaroo,
Oh my
just
gosh.
a few months old. So this is actually, if she would tuck her head in, you wouldn't even know that I had anything in here. And we kind of sneak into restaurants and movie theaters, and you would never even know.
Oh my gosh.
Great little cuddle buddy.
So, there you go.
All right, well now Jack, we're talking about 30 years of Wildlights, 40 years of Jungle Jack Hanna here at the Columbus Zoo, but that magic number 50, what does that mean to you?
I've been married to my wife. My favorite animal is Sue for 50 years. This right now.
I think we need to welcome Sue out here too. We can bring her
Oh,
out.
I should have said that.
Yes. All right, so come on in. We need to let the folks know you both met Emma Skinner College, and you got married in 1968. And then we heard something about the engagement ring, where you actually is right. You lost it here at the zoo. What happened?
No, we were with a tiger, just trying to raise a baby tiger, bigger tiger, and all of a sudden she came home and went like this to scratch her back. She goes, it's gone. Well, she came that night over to the zoo and went through all the grass and just kept picking it to try and find her ring of marriage, and then couldn't find it, and then she thought maybe it consumed it, so she went through all the poo, and the next day trying to find the ring, and we never found the ring. Oh.
Sue, did you get a replacement ring at least
We
for all that?
did get a replacement ring, but yeah, it was my favorite animal, Taj, a white tiger, so it was okay.
It was okay.
All right, so over 50 years, 3 kids, 6 grandchildren, countless friends and fans all around the world. We didn't think this occasion should go unnoticed in our community, so we made a little effort to recognize all of the work that you've done.
No.
Here you go.
With a special cake
Oh
here.
my
Come here,
gosh.
Susie. Come on in the middle.
This is
there.
Susie too. This is Susie, right too, Susie's. Yep.
Oh, that is
And
beautiful.
that, my gosh, who did that? That is
It
gorgeous.
wasn't
Look at that, Sue. Congratulations, 40 to 50.
I adore the hat that you have there with all the animals.
So we have a
That is
monkey,
so
we have a
cute.
koala,
gosh.
of course we've got Jungle Jack and Susie. It says
That
30
is-
years of Wildlights, 40 years of Jungle Jack Hanna at the
Yes.
zoo, and of course 50 years for Jack and Susie's wedding
Oh,
anniversary.
this is the greatest thing. Thank you so
So-
much. Isn't this something?
Well, guys, I think it's only appropriate to celebrate 30 years, 40 years, and 50 years with a Wildlight style hot chocolate toast for you.
Absolutely. Cheers. And
Yeah,
you know, we want
cheers,
to
yes.
recognize Jack, Susie, your daughters, your entire family for what you have given to the city of Columbus, for animal conservation as well, and really for all that you've done to help the people and the animals all around the world.
Well, Columbus has been so good to this family. Julie's leukemia and cancer was Nationwide Children's Hospitals, saved her life twice, and then all of a sudden I get to my dream of being here at the Columbus Zoo. Are you kidding me? I don't know how to ever thank Columbus, Ohio for what they've done for the Hanna family.
Well, that is something to cheer about. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to be eating this in a few minutes.
And with that, we want to remind everyone, come out to the Columbus Zoo with your friends, your family, experience this incredible lights display with yourself, and come early, see the animals, and then stay late for the lights.
And once again, we want to thank everyone here at the Columbus Zoo for your hospitality, for welcoming all of us and all of you. And of course, a thanks to Tom Stoff and Jack Hanna for really having a wonderful Wildlights Here show.
All right, so with that, from everyone at 10 TV, we just want to say, Happy Holidays!
Good night.